right, you know what it is. Mark Fuller, Team Alliance. This is live Nadex market observation, volume 94. Some of y'all don't know about that old school R&B. Some of y'all are confused. I know. We're going to set it off like that. She said, this love is too good to throw away. Come on, man. They don't write like that no more. They do not write like that anymore. Yeah, it was TA. That was TA getting things started over here. All right, so gonna do some observation on this Nadex platform. Gonna take a look at things. Man, Nadex is an awesome platform, I really must say. Mainly because it continuously gives us the opportunity to utilize our ability to observe the market and interpret the way that the market moves in order to ultimately position ourselves in profitable trades. You guys see a bunch of lines that I actually put on here manually. These purple lines that I have going across. When I do the next live training, I will be explaining why I'm plotting these lines on the chart. So you guys can look forward to more details about that, because I know that you are looking and you're probably wondering, like, yo, why you got all them lines on the chart? Yeah, them lines are there for a reason. Various tools that help us with our observation of the market and ultimately assist us with the placement of our trades. Any tools that you guys see me using are typically tools that we actually put on the chart. They're not indicators, because we don't use indicators. We are the indicator. And that is a fact. I would say that once you learn how to observe the market with efficiency, you literally don't need any type of indicator whatsoever, because the market itself is directly telling you what is going on as far as the movement is concerned. The market itself is directly communicating with you. Most people are not skilled in understanding the language of the market. In fact, most people don't speak market. And what I mean by that is they're not able to understand the language of movement in the market, because movement in the market is the determining factor when it comes to trading. See, now a lot of people don't realize that. They just think that trading is trading. But trading is not just trading by itself. Trading is a part of the process where market observation determines the trade that you end up in. So the trading part is the last part of the process. For most people, it's the first part, because all they're looking for is some type of strategy or system to use that will put them into a trade. If you look online, when you search for how to trade, or how to make money in the markets, if you just pull up a Google search like that, the majority of the information that comes up always will be some type of a strategy. It won't be raw education, raw information that actually explains the dynamic of the market, because that's not the way that the information has been designed to be delivered to you. See, all of this stuff is by design. Let me be the first one to tell you. So when you come online and you start looking around for, profitable trading strategies, profitable ways to trade, the best or the most profitable trading vehicle. When you start running these searches on Google and you start looking into this stuff, all of the stuff that pops up is going to be systems, strategies, signals, because this is the way that everything is marketed to you as the end user, as the actual retail trader. See, we're retail traders. We are basically the ones who are able to take a deposit, in whatever currencies. On some platforms, we can use crypto. On some platforms like Nadex, we can use a debit card, our bank account, and we can make a deposit into our trading account and use that deposit to trade with. The platform, depending on what you're trading, and in our case on Nadex, we're trading derivatives, so we're able to participate in binary options. Binary options are powerful because they are the most lucrative instrument that you can trade with, period. It's so funny that people still are not even really aware of what binaries are. They just go by what they've heard about binaries. Binaries are risky. Binaries are like gambling. It's a zero-sum game. All of these things that are said about binaries are applicable for the majority of people because the majority of people don't understand the market. See, there's a difference between the instrument that you're trading and the market underlying that determines whether you profit with the instrument that you're trading. That's just like me saying, all right, well, all trading is the same. It's not. You can trade all different types of things. You can be trading crypto. You might be trading futures. You might be trading Forex. Or you might be trading binary options the way that we do. So you got all these choices and all these different things that you can trade and that you can participate in. But when you search online for information that explains the dynamic of how to ultimately be profitable, the information that'll come your way is going to be strategies. Always is going to be strategies, signals, systems, indicators. It's going to be something being sold to you that is supposed to tell you when to enter into a trade. And until TA, which is TeamAlliance, if you didn't know that, until TA came along, you didn't really have this type of information online where you're actually being shown how to understand market movement. It's just like, I'll give you a good example. A lot of people talk about technical analysis, candlestick patterns, candlestick formations, right? Support and resistance, Fibonacci retracement levels, pivots, fractals. You'll hear all of this jargon, all of these terms. And it's like, well, damn, what do all of this stuff mean? Like, what does it mean? Like, I just want to learn how to actually make money through trading. That's what I want to learn. And ultimately, this is what TA delivers. When you come here, you won't see me just hopping on the platform taking trades. In fact, it's likely that you won't see me take a trade at all. Why is that? It's because I'm showing you the way that I observe the market in order to determine whether or not it even makes sense to be in a trade at the time. See, the reason that most people will lose their trades is because they're in the market trading at the wrong time. But how are you going to know if you're trading at the wrong time if you don't know when the right time is? How are you going to know that? You won't know. See? And because you don't know that, you end up being in trades when you have absolutely no reason at all to be in the trade at the time. But you're thinking that you just took a bad trade because you lost the trade, when it has everything to do with the fact that, well, you were trading, period, at the wrong time. You shouldn't have even been in the market. Why is that? Well, because the movement of the market is not stable. Here we go. Look at how simple. Look, with that one statement, I just told you why you'll lose any trade. Any trade that you ever enter into that you end up losing, you're going to lose because of one reason. The only reason you'll ever lose a trade is because the market movement was not stable at the time. And check this out. Stability is the movement of the market, and stability is also the way that the market is positioned when you enter the trade. Mark, what do you mean by that? See, the market positions itself relative to the instrument that you're trading. So we're trading binaries. This just simply means that our option is literally a price level in the market. It's like a line. And that line is here. And the market is moving back and forth, either back and forth across this line, or it can be moving back and forth under this line, or it can be moving back and forth over the line. And with binaries, the way that you earn a profit is by being correct about where it ends. So let's say that you're buying. If you're buying, the market needs to be moving above, and it needs to stay above when that binary expires. If you bought and the market ends above this line, you are profitable on that trade. Vice versa. If you sell and the market is moving under the line, the market needs to stay under the line when the binary expires. If it does, you earn a profit on that trade because the market stayed under the line and you sold. You see how simple that is? Now, people get excited when they see the simplicity of binaries, and now they're thinking, oh, well, all I need is a good strategy to tell me when to get into the trade. And then I'll just get into the trade and I'll win 95%, like the strategy says that, you know, the win rate is. Wrong. This is exactly what doesn't happen. What happens now is you buy this strategy, or you buy these indicators, or you subscribe to these signals, and now you're being instructed to take a trade when certain things happen with indicators that you place on the chart that are supposed to tell you when to enter the trade. This is how most strategies are. Most strategies are or it'll combine all of them. It'll put a bunch of different indicators on the chart, and you're supposed to use the indicators together to tell you when to take the trade. The problem with the indicators is that the indicators are not the actual market movement. The indicators are responding to the actual market movement. Here we go. So because the indicators are responding to the movement, it means that when the indicator is telling you to enter the trade, it's based on something that the market already did. Uh-oh. Listen to what I just said. The indicator is based on what the market actually already did. So that means that it's based off of old information. So the indicator telling you to buy now is only based off of old information that the market gave to the indicator. And that's why sometimes you'll lose the trades. Because who's to say how fast the response is of the indicator to the actual market movement? See, I always help to break these things down for you guys, especially those of you that are new in this industry, and just some of you that have been around, around for a while, but you haven't been profitable. You're still trying to figure out how to be profitable. Some of you have heard about Nadex. Yeah, I heard about that Nadex platform, but I never really explored it. Well, Nadex is powerful. And if you ask me, Nadex is probably your best bet as far as a platform to use, especially if you're from the United States. Like if you live in the US, Nadex is the best platform that you could be using. Oh, well, Mark, what about Forex? What about Forex? I tell you what, Nadex uses Forex markets with these binaries. Did you know that? See, so just if you guys just stick around, you'll learn life-changing information here. And the reason that I'm saying that is because what's going to change your life is financial independence. And the way to gain financial independence using trading is by learning how to understand market movement first. Because understanding market movement is the only way that you'll know when the appropriate time is present for you to be in a trade that's going to be profitable. Period. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Stop listening to people trying to convince you to buy indicators and buy systems and strategies. Don't listen to that because it doesn't work. Even people giving you free trading strategies. Any of you ever try to use a free trading strategy online? On the platform that they trading on? When they do it, they winning all their trades, right? They showing you, oh yeah, you wait for this and you do this and you put the indicator on and you do and you wait. And then you follow along and you try it and you like, yo, that shit don't work when I do it though. I tried it on the demo and man, I can't get it. Exactly. Because what they're doing is they're showing you an indicator to try to show that it's just as simple as putting this indicator on your chart. And when you use this indicator, just use the indicator like this and you'll win your trades. But what did I just say a moment ago about what indicators do? Indicators are giving you information that is old market information because they're responding to the old information. So how can it tell you accurately what to do now? It's only telling you based on what the market has delivered to it, based on what the market has already done. But the indicator can't predict what the market's going to do just based on that because there's a lag behind what the market actually did and what the market's doing now and the indicator. They're not all the same. You got three things going on. You got what the market did already. Then you have what the market is doing now. And then you have the indicator. The indicator is responding and reacting to what the market did. It's not reacting to what the market is doing now. I'm going to bust it all down. You got to pay attention, man. Listen, I'm going to tell you why you are not profitable. I'm going to tell you and I'm going to show you why. You're relying on the indicator. Even if you subscribe to signals, signals are using indicators. That's all they do. They put a bunch of indicators on the chart and a signal pops out. And then they send that signal as an alert to your phone or through a Telegram group. Right? They tell you buy such and such at this price. Buy this now. And then you're following off of that. You don't even know why you're doing it. You're doing it because they said to do it. But you don't even understand why you're doing it. It doesn't make any sense. So the bottom line is that you're better off learning how to understand the market movement itself, and you're better off learning that yourself. Don't rely on somebody else to tell you when based on the way that they're seeing it. That's just like, somebody providing you with signals. They're like, okay, yeah, so I see this moving averages crossing this, and we got an overbought condition on the stochastic, and I also see that the MACD is in agreement. All this bullshit. Not to say that it doesn't work if you put the pieces together well enough, but it ain't gonna work if you don't understand the movement of the market. I don't care what indicators you're using. If you don't understand the movement of the actual market itself, the indicators that you're using don't mean shit. They don't mean nothing. So guess what? If that's the case, then do you need the indicators? Or do you really just need to learn how to understand the market movement? Think about it. And this is why when you come here, when you see me on these charts, you don't see no indicators at all. All you see is some lines that I put up on the chart. Like you see these vertical lines that I keep putting on the chart. The vertical lines are just showing the candles that represent the end of the binaries. So if you look, you can see that that's all I'm doing. You see these vertical lines? They're just showing when the 5-minute binary ended. The candle that it ended on. That's all. That's all it's showing. Then you see the purple horizontal lines going across. They mean something too. They basically are showing where the strike prices either are or would have been. And how powerful is that information? Very powerful, obviously, if I'm using it. So mind you, I'm just creating all of these tools on the chart with no indicators. So I'm literally becoming the indicator because the market is communicating directly to me based on what it is doing. I can look at the market movement and see what it's doing. Then I can determine if the movement is stable or it's not stable. I know that if it's not stable, I shouldn't be in a trade, period. If it is stable, now I have to wait for a trade to come. Look at what I'm doing. I'm breaking it down because there's basically two sides. Just like I said earlier, the only reason you'll lose a trade is because you were in a trade at the wrong time, which is when the market was not stable. So on the contrary, if you are profitable when you trade consistently, it's because you're entering into trades when the market movement is stable. But here's the wisdom. You don't just enter a trade because the market is stable. Oh boy. The market being stable is just the prerequisite to entering a trade. The market also needs to move in position relative to the actual binary. The market also needs to position itself relative to the candles that are being printed on the chart. See, all of these things play a role when it comes to profitable trading. And when you learn this skill set, you're putting yourself in a position to trade at the professional level. And the reason that that's important is because it means that you'll always be able to come on the platform whenever you want to, observe the market, and when a profitable trade comes, you'll know that the trade is there and that that's the trade that you should be in at the time. Because you'll know whether or not the market is stable or it is not stable. You already know if it's not stable, we ain't doing nothing. I don't care how good the trade looks. Oh, this looks like a really good trade here. My goodness, look at this trade. Oh, wow, look at this setting up. I don't give a shit about the trade if the market ain't stable. See, this the part that people have twisted. You care too much about the trade. You care too much about trades. The only purpose of the trade is to finish what the market has positioned itself to do during stable movement. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. That's a clip right there. That's a clip right there. I don't even know what I just said, but I know it was accurate. That was crazy what I just said. I got chills when I said that. I got to watch this back just to see what I said. But listen, on this platform, your ability to understand how the market is moving, to understand how the market is positioning itself relative to the actual option that you're selecting for a trade to set up. Understanding these things and putting all the pieces together is going to be the reason that you're profitable when you trade. And if this, for example, only takes place a couple of times a week, see, this is another thing too. People overtrade. People be on the platform trying to trade all day. Like, stop doing that. Y'all are doing too much. You need to be observing more. It's more valuable for you to observe and not trade, and through the observation, learn more and more about how the market moves. Learn more and more about how the market positions itself. Learn about instability and how it will manifest through the movement and through the candles. Learn and start to understand. Oh, okay, I'm looking at this candle. It moved up first, then it went down. Oh, that's why it has a wick on the top. Right? You know what a wick is on the candle, right? Even if you're new, you probably know what a wick is by now. It's a little skinny line on top of the candle. When you see those little skinny lines, if they all over the chart, the market is way too not stable. It's unstable. And what does that mean? There's nothing to do as far as trades. So it would behoove you to just watch, just observe. Take your time and observe the market during those times. You know why? Because it'll teach you and will discipline you to not want to trade at all. Why? Because you know that the market ain't stable. I encourage you to observe the market when it ain't stable so that you can learn what it looks like when you shouldn't be doing shit. You need to learn what that looks like. See, it's not about you getting on the platform and looking for a trade. This is where y'all be messing up at. This is how you get jammed up. Soon as you hop on, you looking for a trade. Stop that. Stop. You're doing too much. As soon as I hop on, I'm not looking for a trade. I'm looking to see if the market is stable or not. First thing, off rip. As soon as I come on, I want to see how the candles look. All right, let me look at my candles. All these candles, do they got wicks on them? No, they ain't got no wick. Okay, so we looking good. This is how I observe the market. I'm not looking for a trade. I ain't thinking about a trade yet. And I'll tell you what, there have been times and there will be times. Sometimes you hop on the platform and there's a trade right there. Because that's how good you are at observing the movement. Not because, oh, look, there's a trade. No, you logged on, you came on the platform, and the trade just happened to be there. But you've already looked at the market to see that the market is stable, that the market positioned itself properly, and there's the trade. The chances of that always happening are very slim. It ain't gonna always happen, but there have been times when that has taken place. I could have just came on And I'm looking, I'm like, man, market is nice and stable. Look at that. Oh, look. Is this a trade? Sure is. Look at this trade setting up. Wow. Bam, take the trade, profit. Not because the market likes me. I happened to log on when the market was stable. I happened to log on at a moment when the market positioned itself properly. The market gives you all the information that you need. But see, I'm helping you to redirect what you focus on. You focus too much on trades. You need to focus completely on market movement. Because once the market stabilizes, you'll know. It'll be obvious, and it'll be what the market's doing at the time. Then, if a trade comes, that will be the trade that you should be in. Well, Mark, how will I know that? This is where training comes in. But just in general, the way that you'll know that is because the market will position itself when it's stable relative to a binary. See, you got to pay attention to the things I talk about when I'm on here. You'll hear me say things like, look at the size of the candles. Mark, what do you mean by that? Exactly what I said. Look at the size, how big they are, how small they are. Are the majority of them similar in size? Or are they kind of big hair, little hair, big hair, big one over here, long wick over there? If you're seeing too much of that, it's not stable. But when you start seeing them candles kind of look the same size, they the same height, and you're like, wait, wow, look at these candles. They kind of all look the same size. Look at these candles. I'm not seeing a lot of wicks. What you're doing is you're interpreting the movement. See, the candles tell you information about the movement, all of it. Well, Mark, is this candle formations? No, it ain't candle formations. It's candle interpretation, which is market movement interpretation. I ain't looking at the candles trying to see a formation. I don't give a shit about a teacup handle. I don't care about a bear flag. I don't care about none of that. Y'all be doing too much. This is what I'm saying. Y'all looking into all these different ways, trying to figure out how to enter trades. Stop. Just learn movement. Look at how the candles are forming. Are they moving? And when the candle starts out moving in one direction with one color, does it remain that same color? Did it turn a different color first and then turn the opposite color? Is it doing a lot of that? Or is it just moving and turning one color and staying that same color? Which one is it doing? Look at what I'm giving you. I'm literally telling you how to do it. This is how you interpret the movement. Look at the candles. I just broke it down. Is it going red first, then blue? Or is it just going blue, red, red, blue? Which one is it doing? If you're seeing blue, red, red, blue, blue, red, red, blue, blue, red, but it's too much. That's instability. That's exactly how you'll lose a trade. Come on now. See, like I'm talking to you like you a little kid because little kids be understanding shit. You got to act like a child when it comes to this. Don't come in here thinking that you know shit. Stop thinking, oh, well, I've been doing Forex for 14 years. I don't give a shit. I don't care how long you've been doing it for. Well, I've been on Nadex for 9 years. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Bottom line is that until you're consistent enough where you constantly making withdrawals into your bank account, you can't tell me nothing. The only thing that matters is them withdrawals. You making withdrawals or deposits? Which one you doing? Come on, man. See, and this is where self-awareness comes in. This is where you telling the truth to yourself comes in. I say it again. Are you making deposits or withdrawals? What I'm showing you is going to bring you to the withdrawals, where money goes into your bank. That's what I'm showing you. We're not here for nothing else. We're here for the skill set that produces that. That's it. And I'm not here to just be lucky when I trade. Oh, man, that was close. This how y'all be trading. Oh, my goodness, man, that was a close one. That was a close one. I don't want to be in a close one. I want to be in a trade, and that trade is solidified because my time in the market was spent observing. So I saw with clarity that the market was stable in its movement, and that's where the market positioned itself relative to the binary. And I selected the right binary because it was the only one there waiting. It's obvious. And I select that binary, and that's what I enter into as far as my trade goes. And that's it. Profit. Money in the bank. That's how you need to be trading. And if you're not trading like that, then you're not where you need to be yet as far as your observation. You're not seeing the market enough. Or I should say with enough clarity. You're just not seeing it yet. You need to learn how to observe more. Be patient. Wait for the market to present stability. Once stability is there, wait for the market to position itself. Once the market positions itself properly, you know what it looks like. You know exactly what it looks like. Then you place your trade accordingly. And then it's money in the bank. Show you something right here. This right here is money in the bank right here. As I'm on here looking, this right here, boom. This is money in the bank right there. Here, make this bigger. Make this a big ass arrow so you can't miss it. See this big ass arrow? That right there, money in the bank. Money in the bank. Without question. How would I know that? Because I've been observing the market. I know that the market movement is stable. I know that the market just positioned itself here. And that's where the trade set up, right there. Bang. During the observation. No indicators. Just me, my eyeballs in the market. That's it. No indicators. Right there where you see that big ass arrow, that was a winner chicken dinner. And see now, when you look at the overall market, you start to see exactly the type of shit that I mean when I'm talking about the movement. When you hear me say stuff like range, barrier. All of these things mean something when it comes to movement. The size of the candles. How big are the candles? Are they similar in size? Where's the market positioning itself? Is the movement stable? Is the market ranging? Come on, man. I'm not here talking for nothing. You got to pay attention and take the information away that I'm giving to you. I'm showing you how to do it on your own. You. See, this way you don't got to rely on me to come on here and tell you, okay, this is a good one right here. You don't need me to tell you that. Allow the market to communicate everything to you so that you'll know what it is. Come on, man. Come on. Let me come into the comments right quick. I ain't going to be here too long tonight. Haitian. A lot of it is that people don't know how to ask the right questions. First thing they ask is how to trade, but all you have to do is buy or sell. And you're trading. You need to gain understanding. Facts. How do you gain understanding is what you should be asking. I think the very first video I watched of yours said how to win all your trades. Yeah, that was the, I forgot what it was called. But that one, it went with 301 mindset. And that's another thing too, mindset. Come on, man. See, a lot of y'all be too impatient when it comes to the market. You don't want to wait. It's like, just wait for the market. That way the market won't slap the shit out of you. If you wait for the market instead of waiting for your strategy to tell you when to get into a trade, you might start winning your trades. People will ask, what books do I need to read? Instead of asking, what knowledge do I need to acquire? That's hard. That's hard. They box it into a book when the information that you want might not be in a book. Ooh. Whoa. That's hard. That's hard what Haitian said. Wow. He said they box it into a book, but the information is not in a book. You're going to make me log off, man. Yep, you're going to make me walk off. You need to learn how to learn. Education and knowledge is only good if it's built upon a foundation of understanding. You can know that it worked, but you need to know why it worked as well. All right, he about to make me walk off in a second. Said the only purpose of the trade is to finish what the market has positioned itself to do during stable movement. Oh, he must have went back and rewound. Oh, whoa. He rewound? Oh, all right, I'm out. Dom the Monko.